What is up, tubers? Welcome back to another Sealed here on Arena. This is the early access Duskmourn event, so courtesy of Wizards of the Coast, they've granted me one of these accounts again. I'll be playing with a bunch of other creators and other Wizards members, so this is a one-day event before it fully releases to the general public. So as always, this is my first look of a format. I'm going to start with Sealed instead of Draft. That way I have time to read the cards. Sometimes I like to start a new format out with Draft, but unless it's a bot draft, the timer usually counts down because I have to spend, the whole time reading all the cards. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. We just hit 80K, so thank you for that. Let's move on to 100. And as always, don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Sealed, Duskmourn. Let's open our pool. Let's see what we got. We're going to be doing a lot of reading here. All right, I know of this card type. I don't actually know how these play out. Room, oh, that's kind of awkward that does cut out. What does that say? You may cast either half of that. Is there a way? Okay, here we go. You may cast either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield. As a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it. Creature spells you cast have convoke. Untap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. Okay, so you can play one of the modes, and then later on you can pay the cost of the other to have the other one as well. Is that right? Untap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. I don't actually think that's bad. What's the other one we have? Whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, make a 1/1 toy. Okay, so that only triggers once each turn, basically. That is a creepy looking one on the Dollmaker's shop. Porcelain Gallery, 6 mana. Creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal the number of creatures you control. Whoa, okay. Well, that thing's kind of insane. Dissection Tool, this is a 5 mana equipment, very expensive. When it enters, manifest Dread, and then attach it to a creature. To manifest Dread, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2, and the other in your graveyard. Turn it, okay, that's pretty good. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Death Touch lifelink. Equip of sack a creature. That's very good. That's fantastic. Silent Hall Creeper. Just look at all the text on these cards. 1/1 for 2 that can't be blocked. Deals combat damage to a player. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. You can turn it into a 3/3. You can draw a card. And you can make it a copy of another creature you control. Wow, that's very good. You do have to... Oh, sorry about that. You do have to kind of set yourself up for the copy mode, though, right? Because you have to choose it if it deals damage, and you've already chosen the other 2 modes. But yeah, that's fantastic. Enduring Tenacity, 4/3 for 4. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. All right, so it's just the Sanguine Bond. When it dies, if it was a creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. Oh! It's a 4/3 bond that turns into an enchantment bond when it dies. That's really cool. Meat Hook Massacre 2. Black, 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 XX. This thing is minimum 6 mana. When it enters, each player sacrifices X creatures. Whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay 3 if you do... Whoa. Return that card under your control with a finality whenever a creature... Whoa, this card is nuts. On 6 mana, it is good. On 8 mana, it is insane. But you can also just play this out. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard to cast for triple, or rather, quad black, and just have the enchantment with those abilities. Oh, I opened 2 dissection tools. Man, I didn't even look at that. All right. Red, green, discard your hand, draw X cards, where X is the number of card types among cards in your graveyard. It's not a bad way to refuel for a red, green. Okay. Well, again, there's going to be a lot of reading here because I don't know any of the cards, so we're just going to go through. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay, so enchantment theme. That seems like it could be good. 1 mana, 1/1, discard a card, put 3 counters on it, and it becomes a black demon in addition to its other colors and types. Activate only once. It's fine. Okay, so a bunch of enchantment creatures are back. 2 mana 2/2 Vigilance. Whenever it attacks, surveil 1. Fine. 3 mana 3/3 beginning of your second main. If it's tapped, draw a card if you control a Glimmer creature. If you don't control a Glimmer creature, you make a 1/1 Glimmer enchantment. Alright, that's great. We already saw a little bit of Convoke in the format, right? Whenever this attacks another target creature you control, gets +1/+1, gains indestructible. That's just annoying. 2/4 flying for 4. When it enters target creature, it gets +2/+4 until end of turn. Alright. 4 mana 2/2. When it enters, Manifest Dread. Oh, that's just good. Come play with us, Tony. Oh wait, no, Tony's the thing. Tony is his little finger dude. Anyways, some the Shining reference here. Yeah, that's good. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, gain 3. That's good. Enters, tap up to 1 creature. If an opponent controls that creature, put a stun counter on it. It's fine. When you unlock this, create a 1/1 Glimmer enchantment creature. When you unlock this, put a 1/1 counter on each. Oh, that's solid. 5 mana, 2/5 with Ward 2. Whenever you attack creatures you control, get +1. Oh, so this doesn't even have to attack. It's just any of your creatures. Wait, that was a Glimmer creature too. It looks like just Glimmer creatures are going to be a pretty common theme. Both of our rooms. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a toy artifact with base power 0/2. As long as enchanted creature is face down, it can't be turned up. Decent. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. If they do, surveil 2. So if you have this late game, you can still cast it to surveil 2. It's like probably okay. Counter target creature or enchantment spell, or return 1 or 2 target creatures and or enchantments you control. That's fine. 2/1 flying enters tapped. Sure. We saw that. 3 mana 2/2, make a 1/1 Glimmer. That seems fine. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Manifest Dread. Oh, that's good. It's like a mana war, right? Yeah. Fear of failed tests. Deals combat damage to a player. Draw that many cards. 2/7 though. If there are ways to push this through, push this through and make it unblockable, it's kind of neat. When you unlock this, surveil 2. When you unlock this, Manifest Dread, then put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Seems fine. Oh, the land cyclers are back. So all the land cyclers are going to be very good. Damn, Megalodon. It's kind of scary. You control enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets -3/-0 and loses all abilities. What? This is just bad mind control. Still a good card. 2/2 lifelink for 2. Delirium is in the format. At the beginning of your end step, if there are... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Each opponent may sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Then this deals damage equal to its power to each opponent who didn't sacrifice a permanent. Oh, that's just fine. Enchant creature. When this enters, target player sacks a creature other than enchanted creature. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, destroy. That's good. 2 damage target creature, gain 2. That's good. 3 mana, 3/2 flash. When it attacks, surveil 1. Filler, but probably fine. 3 mana enchant creature, ETB, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, destroy it. That is okay. 3 mana, 4/1 Delirium. Return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality count. It's fine, probably fillerish. Eerie. Okay, here's a new ability. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, this gains +2/+0 and lifelink until end of turn. Okay. There's the Sanguine Bond creature. 4 mana 2/2 makes each player discard a card. If you discarded a card, you draw a card. That's fine. Swamp Cycler is great. Here's the Massacre. 1 mana, 1/1 haste. When it dies, exile top card. Alright, probably not worth it. Finally, the first card that I'm like, okay, that's maybe not good enough. Every single card so far has been, at least on paper, playable, you know? Just not knowing any of the synergies or whatever in the format. Additional costs, cast sack a creature or enchantment, or pay 2. So 4 mana instant then, unless you want to sack something. 5 damage to a creature if that creature would die exile. That's good. 2 mana 2/2 target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked. Fine. It's a 3 mana 1/4 or a 3 mana 4/4 if you have 2 unlocked doors or rooms or whatever. Maybe. Vicious Clown. 2/3 for 3. Whenever a creature controlled power 2 or less enters, it gets bigger. Aggressive, but maybe not super good. 4 mana 5/3 Reach with a sack land draw ability. That's good. Boiler Bilge's Ripper. 5 mana 4/4 enters. You may sack another creature enchantment. When you do, it deals 2 damage to any target. It's not bad. 6 damage to a creature for 5 mana. Delirium. You may play that card until the end of your next turn. Okay, that's good value. When you unlock this, exile the top 2 cards. You may play them until the end of your next turn. Whenever you attack, attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. Or +1/+0. That's okay. The Mountain Cycler is a 5/6 menace. 2/2 Death Touch for 2. Attacks other. Okay, that's decent. Death Touch Indestructible. Decent trick. As an additional cost, choose a creature you control or reveal a creature from your hand. Deals damage equal to the power of that creature you chose or the card you revealed to target. Oh, that's good. It's a really good punch. Say its name. Mill 3. Return a creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. Exile this card and 2 other cards named Say Its Name from your graveyard. Search your library hand or graveyard hand or library for a card named Altanak, the Thrice Called. So you need 3 of these. I have an Altanak. What is it? 7 mana 9/9 Trampler. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you draw a card. You can discard it to return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Huh. It's kind of neat. Is this just Prairie Dog? Not Prairie Dog. Wary Thespian? No, what was the... There was that 3 one from like Streets of New Capenna or something that had the same ability, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's good. Nice versatile card. Worst case scenario, it's like an instant speed manifest. Sure. If this is tapped, you wow. Beginning of your second main, if this is tapped, Manifest Dread. If you have a way to tap this creature, that is huge value. 3 mana 5/4 Trample as an additional cost. Tap 2 untapped creatures and or lands, and it's a 5/4 Trample. It's pretty big. 3 mana 2/1 ETB. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. That card is nice. Delirium. It is a 3/3 Vigilance. Nice. Love this card. It's like a Borderland Ranger that can turn into a 3/3 Vigilance. And we have 3 of them too, so very easy splashing if we want to. When this enters, you may discard or pay 2 when you do. Oh, that's good. Destroy a room. Okay. Gremlin Tamer, 2/2 for 2. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock, create a 1/1. That's good. Enters, you may sack another enchantment or creature if you draw 2. When you sacrifice this, Manifest Dread. Oh, so there's like some red-black sacrifice your enchantment theme. You need to this cannot sacrifice itself, but if you can sacrifice it a different way, it manifests. And here we go. Sacrifice another creature or enchantment. Put a 1/1 counter on this. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice one or more permanents, this deals damage. Wait, this deals that much damage to any target. Whoa! That card's got to be insane for the red-black deck. Okay, enters tapped unless a player has 13 or less life. So there are some duels that enter tapped unless somebody's taken quite a bit of damage. Oh, Expanse is a reprint, nice. You may look at face-down creatures your opponents control anytime, sacrifice it, surveil 2, then draw a card. Cycling on that might make it playable. 3 mana to surveil 2, draw a card, and you get some information. When this enters, you make a 1/1. Okay, so it's kind of like an Ancestral Blade type card, although it doesn't auto-equip. And then our double dissection tool is great. Malevolent Chandelier, 6 mana 4/4 flyer, puts a card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library at sorcery speed. All right. Well, my coolest cards are like the Dollmaker's Shop the Meat Hook Massacre, and what else? I just try to like force Meat Hook Massacre. I don't know if my black was good besides the Meat Hook. The red looks bad. I'll say that much right now. The red looks like an easy cut of how shallow it is, though. Sawblade Skin Ripper looks really cool. As always, I'm much more interested in playing the games instead of getting, like building the perfect deck at the start of things. It's really hard not to play 3 Spineseeker Centipedes, though. This card is incredible. Though it means I'm probably not going to be playing Meat Hook unless I go green-black, but then I'm losing the Dollmaker's shop. Altanak. Discard it to return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Is blue any good? Blue looks like it's probably a pretty easy cut, right? We have the Creeper, but not much. Okay, so some kind of Abzan is what I'm thinking of. And again, I'd rather just play my coolest cards if possible. So maybe we just go white-black, but like I said, the green is so good. Yeah, and you know what? The quad black on the Meat Hook is really hard to cast. Although I will say, you know what? The Enduring Tenacity with Dissection Tool is stupid. That's a lot of synergy there. Hmm. Oh, I guess I can go black-white. Let's just play all of our cool cards. It might not be good, but it's cool. All right, so I'm not going to get... I don't think there was a single green card we wanted to splash, right? So we're only going to get the Terramorphic Expanse as a land. I guess the monstrous emergences are good enough to splash if you needed removal. All right. Found footage is probably more filler if you don't have sacrifice synergies. I don't think the information is good enough. Let's see. This is a discard synergy card. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room. How many enchantments do I have? Oh, 11. Okay, so probably good enough there. Creature spells you cast have Convoke. Untap each creature you control during each unplayer's. Is this good enough? Return a creature from your grave to the battlefield. You gain 3. It's great with all the land cyclers. I don't think this is going to be a Lionheart Glimmer deck. 4 mana 2/2 that manifests. Yeah, that's good. I don't think that's that necessary. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock, that's good. That's fine. Don't think the Delirium dude is all that nice. That's fine. Fine. Yeah, this card's really cool. If I can find a way to continuously tap them, I mean, we have the creature spells you cast have Convoke card. Enchanted creatures dealt damage, destroy it. See, I did cut down on enchantments. We're down to 10 enchantments. Guess I don't need this. Fanatic. Probably don't want to shave too many more creatures, though. Although, I guess, actually, that's not even true. We have a bunch of Manifest Dread, don't we? And ways to make more creatures. I guess the goat's not necessary. I don't know about this cracked skull either. Yeah, I could probably cut that. All right, this is cool. Just throw in the Terramorphic and some lands. This can probably be a pretty easy 16 land format, actually, especially with the land cyclers, but I'll just run 17. Yeah, the quad black on the Massacre is going to be awkward for sure. I am warping my deck for this card, and it's not even that castable. I'm probably better off just cutting this thing. I guess what we can do is go up a black source and down a white source, since I only have really a lot of single pip white cards, and we have multiple double black and whatnot. So even though I have more white cards, I kind of want to try to cast the Massacre. All right, let's go off to round 1 here, see what we can do. I'm on a really big time pinch, so similar to some of the other early access events, I might drop out of an event early before we've played a bunch of matches. Or rather, before we've played to completion, because I don't have enough time. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock, put a 1/1 counter. Alright, so this is actually a triple black opener already. Because I can go tutor for the... Or rather, I can expanse for another black source here. This is a cool looking board. It is a little bit busy though. I wish there was a way where you could make it so the boards weren't... oh my god, we drew the shop. Okay, well this is nuts. This is a non-toy, right? Yeah. So we attack for 2 and we make a 1/1. This game already kind of feels over. What is this? Valgavoth's Lair. Hexproof, enters tapped, choose a color. Oh, that's just like decent fixing. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock, make a 1/1 red. Sure. So I fetch a swamp here, which reduces my chances of drawing another black source, but I don't have the meat hook in my hand anyways. Yeah, I wish I could change the board layout. I don't like the way it looks. Unnerving Grasp. When turn up to 1 non-land permit to its owner's hand, manifest dread. Okay, so they get a 2/2. They bend a Tunnel Surveyor. It's a cool looking, what's it called? Dread? Manifest Dread card? 6 mana to unlock the Porcelain Gallery. Erratic Apparition. 1/3 flying vigilance for 3. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. This is the Surveil 2 into 3/3 Manifest Dread. Okay. So I get to hit the opponent for 4 no matter what they do, and possibly up to 8 next turn. So we go Scavenger into Tenacity, trigger, attack for 4 lifelink. Oh, it's on target creature, that's right. So I can make this into a 5/6. So they would need to block with everything. And then I would be able to kill 3 of their creatures. Oh, this is brutal for them. Yeah, we just win next turn if they don't do anything to this Porcelain Gallery or my board. They make another Erratic Apparition, so that was the Manifest Dread. When you unlock this door, return a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on it. Wow, that one's very good. Holy smokes. Taking 6 in the air. But I can make all of my creatures base 6/6s. So they would have to block at least 5 creatures, which means they lose 5 creatures. Oh, and I get to gain 1,000,000 life. Oh, they're just like dead. Right. Oh, and they're base 7/7s. Oh my lord. The synergies. Yeah, bare minimum. Actually, no, they were just dead to the Bloodsucker plus the Tenacity trigger. Alright, we can retire. We're done. We did the thing. We lived the dream, we did the thing. Very first game of the format. I might be the best in the world. Clearly, that's what this means. I can confirm that this is the best format ever made for Magic after one game. Alright, let's go on to the next game here. We have the Doll Maker and the Dazzling Theater. Tap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. Creature spells you cast have Convoke. You need to find a cheap creature here, ideally. A 2-drop creature, that is. Beginning of your second main, if it's tap, draw a card if you control. If you don't, yeah, this is nice, nice. We have the Convoke card with the Glimmer Seeker. We have a Gorge here for their land. Hand that feeds. 2/2 for 2. Whenever it attacks while there are 4 more, so it turns into a 4/2 menace when you have Delirium. I'm going to lead on the Glimmer Seeker, even though if I led with Amalgam, it would be more likely that they don't like have a removal spell, because they wouldn't be able to use like a sorcery speed removal spell here. But this has the highest upside. Because they really can't afford to let this free roll attack. Irreverent Gremlin. 2/2 menace. Whenever another creature controls power 2 or less energy, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Triggers only once each turn. Okay. I don't really want to trade my Glimmer Seeker for a 2/2 right now. Technically, I should take Emerge. That way, if I somehow if there's some random bounce, I don't think I have any bounce, but I don't think that sorcery does anything in our graveyard. We don't have Delirium cards, right? I guess we'd rather put a land than a sorcery in the graveyard anyways. Two for 2. Okay, this is the one that makes stuff with low power unblockable. They discarded a Manifest Dread Rat. Oh, that's not bad. This is kind of neat. I can attack with both of these, make a 1/1, and then I can play the Dazzling Theater into the Appendage Amalgam because of Convoke. Which I'll also... Oh, no, 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 I needed to do this... Oh, wait, no. Because I don't get this 1/1 token until I... No, I did! I need to play this pre-combat. I had the opportunity. Oh, I messed up there. I could have triggered the Glimmer Seeker. Okay, no big deal. I guess instead I'm gonna Glimmer Light and then pass and play out the Amalgam. Oh wait, no, we don't want to play the Amalgam. Because I want to have the Convoke for the Glimmer Seeker. Oh, there's that card. We saw this one. This one's great. I mean, I guess I probably just flip my stupid sexy and attack for 12. Yeah, Porcelain Gallery is kind of insane. If they don't trade with the Glimmer Seeker, I get to draw a card. They can trade the Skin Ripper here if they want to block the other one, because once this 4/4 dies, it shrinks my other creatures. This card is nice. What is this? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses one and you gain one. When you unlock this, return all creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whoa! That card is really cool. Not as good as Porcelain Gallery, but it is really cool. Oh, are they just dead now? I think they're just dead. Fear, tap down their Ripper. My creatures turn into 4/4s. And then they're about to turn into 5/5s as well. And that one's going to be a 6/6. Sick. Okay. Undefeated, best in the world, best format in the world as well. Let's play at least a few more and see if we can keep up the good beats. All right, let's go on to the next. Hopefully we can keep doing some doll things. We're on the play. Yeah, I mean... Meathook Massacre looking pretty far away from castable. Oh my gosh, and we drew another planes too. Remember, we have 7 planes in this deck. So we've already drawn 3 of them. Beginning of your second main, if it's tapped, put a flying counter on it. Gotcha. Hey, we did draw our doll shop, though. Whenever one or more non-toy creatures. There's the Tamer. We have 2 of these Glimmer Seekers, remember? Actually, we have the Fear of Immobility to tap our own creature if we want to. Miko, Light of Hope. 4 mana, 3/4, enters, make 2 shards. Exile target non-legendary creature you control. Shards you control becomes copies of it until end of the next end step. Return it to the battlefield and owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Interesting. What are shards again? Sack it, scry 1, draw a card. Exile target non-legendary creature you control. Shards you control. Next end. Next end step. Oh, this attaches to the dread creature. Do we want to tap Nico here, or do we want to tap our Glimmer Seeker? I guess we'll just dissection tools. And I can sack a creature to equip, so I can equip the Glimmer Seeker, sack the toy, attack for 5, get a toy back. They would have to block with Nico if they want to trade. Nice. Alright, we'll take it. I don't think I'm going to equip here, though. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. There's an additional cost. Return a permanent you control its owner's hand. 2/3 flyer. Okay. They can return their acrobatic cheerleader with that. Sure. Well, this Meat Hook Massacre is pretty freaking bad here. But we'll say the toy is certainly good with, or rather, the tools are super good with the doll maker here, just making free fodder. Sweet. Death Touch Lifelink, hell of a drug. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, unlock a locked door of up to 1 target room you control. That's pretty cool. We're getting closer. One more swamp and we can Meat Hook. Base power tufts each equal the number of creatures you control. Do we want to even activate that? I guess we do. It's going to shrink my fear of immobility, but it's going to start getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I'm at 37 life right now, so I have a life buffer. This enters, create a 1/1 white Glimmer enchantment creature token. Okay. So they get to unlock their hospital room. Trigger, trigger. Yeah, man, this massacre is really bad versus all these tokens. Attacks, surveil 1. Alright, so we play that pre-combat. Attack for 6. Gain 6. Be nice if our opponent drew a couple lands here. I mean, I'm sure they have some stuff they can't cast, but... Alright, presumably that's going to be a land if they topped it. Oh, it's another enchantment. Oh, 2-drop enchantment makes sense too. Oy, oy, oy. When you unlock this, make a 1/1 white glimmer. When you unlock, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Okay. So that was a pretty good draw, actually. Alright, let's leave the 4th swamp on top. Trades are good. I mean, we are whittling down. I'm still at 40 freaking life. Though, I will say, a large flyer like that's pretty scary. This is really bad with our token creatures, though, you know? But I guess I still do it. Actually, no, this is risky. I think I'm just going to go to combat and see what happens. Maybe cast the Meat Hook's second main phase. Tap target creature and opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Shuffle it and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's hands. Alright, nice. So I'm guessing they need to pay 6 life here, but now I'm hellbent and I have no creatures. I guess maybe I should have cast the Massacre pre-combat? I don't know. God, if they were at 6 life here instead of 7, it would be so nice. I mean, obviously I have a huge life buffer, but... Alright. 2/2, Manifest Dread, make another 2/2. They exiled... Wow, or rather they... Oh, of course, because they don't want to manifest it. Wow, that was a really good thing for us to see leave. Alright, easy flash in. Oh, wait. Right, it's going to be a 1/1 because it's base power and toughness equal to the Porcelain Gallery. I thought it was going to be a 3/2 and I'd be able to trade with their Unsettling Twins. Whoopsies. There we go. There's a lovely hit. All right, 2 damage to a target creature. You gain 2 life. Nice. Now they have to give us that, and I get 2 more creatures. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Excellent. Sweet. Our deck is... Yeah, that doll card is kind of nuts, and I'm glad I got to cast the Meat Hook Massacre once, because, again, we're kind of playing it just for the funsies, not because it's... I mean, it is good. It's just... Quad black in a 2-color deck is still really hard to hit unless you're running, like, 13 swamps and, you know, 4 other. That's a cool one. Let's see. Oh, nice. We have a Swamp Cycler in hand and a 2-mana removal spell. So we just need to get to 4 mana with this hand because we have 3 4-drops. Still going to lead on our 2-drop, though. 2/2 lifelinker. Chainsaw. 2-mana artifact equipment deals 3 damage to a creature when it ETBs. Whenever one or more creatures die, put a rev counter on it. The creature gets pumped up based on the number of rev counters. Oh, interesting. Wow, that card's really good. Because worst case scenario, it's 2 mana, sorcery speed, 3 damage to a creature, right? Alright, they go mountain cycling. I'm going to go swamp cycling. Let's go for the manifest first, I think. Womp womp. We lost our dissection tools. It's too bad. Or one of our dissection tools, anyways. Played a swamp. 5/3, the reach creature. Sure, that's fine. Yeah. Not great here. I want to trade. I think I'm okay just taking 5. Unstoppable Slasher. 2/3 Death Touch. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. When it dies, if it had no counters on it, return to the battlefield tapped on its owner's control with 2 stun counters. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, my draw this game isn't particularly good. My opponent on the natural 2 mountain, 2 plains, 2 swamps. Feels bad, man. Miasma Demon enters. You may discard any number of cards. When you do, up to that many target creatures each get -2/-2. Oh my god. That is horrendous for us. Jeez. Okay, well, at least I can flip this one. Yeah, we're gonna die to them putting the chainsaw on the flyer for sure. If I do this, I'm gonna lose half my life rounded up. I'm gonna go to 7 and then just die to the flyer. Yeah, we're basically dead. Oh, did I miscount? Even more. Oh, right, because it also deals 2 damage itself. Fair enough. Alright, good beats. Oh, wait. Does this only deals it to player, right? I didn't mess up. Yeah, target opponent loses much life. I think if we run back that a few times, we're probably favored in that overall matchup, but it is what it is. The secret is just to draw the doll every time. That miasma demon is super cool though. Oh, there's the Dollmaker's shop, although this isn't a particularly good hand again. Needs to find a creature before unsettling twins, ideally. Alright, 3-drop works. What is the wording on this? Attacks, okay. Black-white mirror match. 2/2. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, each opponent loses 1 life. That's good. Victor Valgavoth's Seneschal. I don't know that word. It was on Inti, wasn't it? Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, surveil 2 if this is the first time this ability is resolved. If it's the second time each opponent discard. If it's the third, put a creature from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Ah, it's just a value 3-mana creature. Good news for us is when it enters, target player sacks a creature other than enchanted. Alright, we can make them sacrifice the Victor. We can attack for 2 and get ourselves a 1/1 token. Sure, they're just jumping. Great. There's probably some black or white wrath they have, right? What is this? Seized from slumber. Costs 3 less if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy a target creature. That's pretty good. Here's the cheerleader again. All right, what do we have? Guess we just attack for 2, get the extra 1/1. And then play the twins. Manifest our 2/5 once more. We just need to hit 2 lands to unlock our Porcelain Gallery to basically win the game on the spot at this rate. Oh, Ethereal Armor's in this format. That's really cool, too. Creature spells you control have Convoke. So I can Convoke out the fear of immobility next turn. Alright, that's only one counter right now. It's not too bad. Attacking? Oh, I was gonna say. Alright, there's the land. Let's go Glimmer here. Make a 1/1 token. And then we can go Immobility. Attack for 5, make a 1/1. Destroy target creature its controller manifests dread. Cool. Well, if I get a land to unlock my room, all of our creatures are going to be huge next turn. Yeah, that's game over. Alright, Gallery. Attack with 7 8/8s. No big deal. Dude, this Porcelain Gallery Dollmaker's shop, OP. My other room is actually not very good, is it? It has a slight synergy with my 2 creatures that tap, but it's played out pretty bad, so my guess is, without having a ton of good synergies, you probably don't want to run Dazzling Theater. But yeah, Dollmaker's shop is insane. All right, we'll play one more match with this. Again, I'm not going to play it to completion as I'm trying to record as much as I can, and I'm on a time constraint today, so let's get one more match in. Let's see if we can maybe cast the Meat Hook Massacre 2 once more to good effect. All right, let's get that meat. No meat hook, but this is a pretty good hand. Is this only enchantment? Yeah, so it doesn't trigger off of the stick twister. But it does trigger off of the sporogenic. Island. But sporogenic we're not going to want to cast until... I mean, you can cast this on your own creature, I guess. Because it says target player sacrifices. The hell is this? We drew the doll shop again on turn 2 after Scavenger. GG. Anyways, what was this? Search your library for a demon, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. If you have Delirium, then it's just Demonic Tutor. Oh, that's kind of cool. I assume there are a nice number of demons in the format. Including the frickin' Miasma one again. It's another enchantment creature, but... I want to just Glimmer Seeker here, I think. They probably have the 3-2 flash. I don't really care. If they eat the 1-1, then we still replaced our 1-1 anyways. Oh, sure. Well, multiple murders? What the hell? I guess the demon is a lot worse when you're running out of cards. I need to find some lands here. Sacrifice or return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Only at sorcery speed. Okay. When you unlock this door, return up to one target creature to its owner's hand, and then whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Oh, that one's pretty cool. Where are my lands? It's a 1-mana sorcery speed bounce, worst case scenario. Meat Locker. When you tap up to one target creature and put 2 stun counters on it, and then when you unlock it, draw 3, then discard. Oh, that one's good too. There we go. There's the 4th land. So this is a nice combo. The Drowned Diner draws 3, then discards like the demon, and then they can bring it back next turn. Still have a bunch of cards in their hand for it. Well, I guess we can get them if they do discard the demon. I can infect and make them sack the faithful. Enters, target player sacrifices a creature other than enchanted creature. When it entered, yeah. Yeah, the demon was discarded. All right, so we can make that play. Attack for 6, make another 1/1. Even if they have Meat Hook, it's not going to save them anymore. Actually, I guess Meat Hook never would have. It's only sacrifice. Very few. It's just a good ability. Okay, Cultist is irrelevant. Land 6, flip the doll, attack for 1,000,000. GG. Yeah! Simply draw your doll maker's shop / porcelain gallery every single game, and you won't have a problem winning if you open it in your, like, pre-releases, so... There you go. All right, we're going to call it there. I think that's enough gameplay. Cool little black-white deck. I'm happy we got to cast the Massacre at least once, and it was actually good in that one game. But yeah, Dollmaker, absurd. Lots of cool synergies, it seems like, in the format. Manifest Dread is pretty awesome. Let's keep it going. I'll see you back for tomorrow's video where we will do some more. Thanks. Bye-bye.